Hey girl, hi, what's up? It's me, Shea Couleé, and I have one question for you. Are you ready to go to bed with me? First things first, I think one thing that is really important, especially like after a night like tonight, where I'm wearing, obviously, just a simple mascara and lip balm. Just kidding. I have the full glam corrective makeup on. I have to do a really strategic, smart, ritualistic routine to get this makeup off and to preserve my skin, because skincare is so important. When I'm not dolled up like this, my skincare is my makeup. Typically, the first part of my routine would be removing my wig. However, I do not have my remover, so she is secured, she is on, she is not going anywhere. So the thing that I love about drag is, like, you know, it's all about the fantasy, girl. So I'm just gonna live the fantasy tonight that I'm just like, you know, a girl with these red roots, and we're just gonna do all of this with the wig still on. Okay. This is not like specific to any like product, but I hate to break it to y'all and break this illusion, but this is not my true eye color. I wear these colored like hazel contacts. It really helps to kind of like bring a little bit of like dimension to my eye makeup. So gonna take these out. Sorry if that's jarring, me touching my eyeball like that. And then, like, one of my favorite parts of taking off my makeup. Ain't it crazy? You take the lashes and you take the contacts out, and girl, I'm a different person. My first product that I use in my process of taking off my makeup is Go Off by One Size. I used to just try and like strip my face, use all these like really drying, alcohol-based astringents, but oil is your friend. Definitely need it to help melt off all the product that I have on. So just gonna like go on, like layer. There's no really right or wrong way to do this, obviously. But like, I feel like you can kind of feel when it kind of like breaks that outer barrier of your makeup, and you're like, okay. And then I still just like put a little bit more on. Now that I've done that, definitely melting off at this point. My cloth, oh. Wow, it's almost like wet makeup. All right, so now that I've gone through the process of removing the makeup, we gotta start the real skincare process. I'm gonna take my cleanser, which is this Kale, Green Tea, and Spinach Superfood Cleanser by You to the People. I love this just because A, it's gentle, but it also is just like really great at lifting off a lot of like dirt and grime. All right, so now I've finished my cleansing process. So I'm gonna want to go and hit my face with a little Soothe and Hydrating Adaptogen Mist by You to the People. Feels so good. And then next, I'm gonna hit myself with some Aroma Water, Toner Water by Lush. And I'm gonna sit here, give myself a few sprays, have a moment of gratitude, and thank myself for doing my skincare routine. Because look, babes, I'm gonna be honest. There have been some times in the past where, you know, you come in from the club, and sometimes you just like roll right into the bed feeling the fantasy, don't do your skincare. And that is like the biggest mistake that you can make. And I owe it to myself every single time that I go and do some glam makeup to do some really dope skincare. So that little rant was the perfect amount of time for both my adaptogen mist and my toner water to soak in. So now I'm gonna move on to my next step. Next, I'm gonna go in with my 15% vitamin C serum by Youth to the People, because that's like one of my biggest things, like having an even skin tone, having like even texture. So I'm gonna hit just like, I'm probably being way too liberal with this, but also, you know, treat yourself. When I first got out there and started getting out on the road, my season 9 sister, Pheromone, really was like my skincare guru godmother and has taught me so much about taking care of my skin. Okay, this next product, if I was stranded on a desert island, for real y'all. Okay, well actually this one's kind of a hard one because honestly, if I was stranded on a desert island, I feel like the thing that we need the most would be sunscreen. But let's pretend like it's a really cloudy desert island. It would be UFO oil by Sunday Riley, this clarifying oil. Speaking of people with oily skin, this was one of the first oils that I got into. And it's when I learned that, oh my God, wait, you can use an oil as a source to help manage your oily skin. Who would have thought? Because my good old sis, Pheromone, she was the one that taught me, babes, yeah, you have oily skin, it's a-okay, but you just gotta replace the overproduction of oils that your face is doing with better products. Helps to clear up a lot of the congestion within the skin that leads to breakouts. So definitely because of the pandemic, I get a lot of that in my cheeks. So since this is like my nighttime routine, I'm going to do my A+ by Sunday Riley, which is a really lovely high dose retinol. You don't want to use this during the day. You don't want to really use your retinols during the day. This is definitely a nighttime thing. Look, I'm gonna be honest, my skincare journey, I wasn't into skincare at first because I said to myself, like, you just have problematic skin and that's just the way that it's gonna be and you're just gonna have to live with that. And it's because I was trying things that were for other skin types, but when somebody taught me and encouraged me to do the research, like proper research, that's when I started to learn what to do and how to help my skin. And that removed a lot of like the worry. I used to find it intimidating, but now I find it like really interesting. Like I love to learn. Okay, this is my Dream Eye Cream by Youth to the People. Thinking about just like all the products that I showed you, all the products that I use at home regularly or on the road, whatever. There was one product that I really felt like I needed to splurge on. I would say it would be a good vitamin C serum or moisturizer. As a person of color, I deal with a lot of hyperpigmentation, and vitamin C really helps combat that, brighten skin after a breakout. So I would definitely splurge and spend the money on a good vitamin C serum. Okay, I just opened this up, but my last but not least, this is Ice by Sunday Riley. It's a really lovely, thick moisturizer. And I'm just gonna, you know, dab that all over my face because I just want to like lock in and seal all the products that I've just used. And this is me. You know, no makeup, no nothing, just bare skincare. That is it. That is my nighttime routine. I hope that you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching.